Alright y'all, this is a crossover video. We have been thinking a lot about downsizing, a lot about stuff. Yesterday, Arlen and I had a really long date. We had like 6 hours. It was wonderful. My parents are visiting and they took children to the zoo so we could enjoy some time out, and it was really fun. And one of the things we did on a whim is we've been talking about possibly, we're renting our house right now, leasing it because we moved to Idaho and had no idea if this was going to work out. We had never been to the part of Idaho that we are. We'd never been to Idaho. I had never at all been to Idaho before. Arlen had been rafting here before, but we really didn't know anything, so we didn't want to buy. But we're getting to the point where we're getting our finances more prepared, and we're trying to think about what our next step is going to be, where we want to go. Do we want to buy? What do we want to do? Do we want to live in an RV? Do we want to have a small house in an RV? Like, what do we want? So yesterday, while we were out driving around for our date, we went by an RV place and thought, hey, let's go see, what is an RV really like? What kind of prices would we be looking at? What are some things we need to consider? The place we went, they were super, super, super nice. Like, if we buy an RV, it will probably be from them. Like, they took so much time with us, and they knew that we weren't buying and that we weren't looking to buy, but answered so many questions, and it was just really great. It was very eye-opening for us. The thought of living in a small place to me is just relaxing. That might sound weird to some of you, but I get so overwhelmed by stuff and junk, and the more space you have, the more you'll fill it up. And the idea of having a space that's small enough that I can easily clean the whole thing in just a few hours is just, to me, it like takes a huge weight off of my shoulders. So anyway, super exciting. We're trying to kind of pare down and look at things, and all of this has made me think about homeschool in so many ways. So I'm kind of challenging myself to not buy much of anything for homeschool for a little while. I'm gonna really go through the things that we have, try and pare them down to what we actually need, what we actually don't need, and see what kind of stuff I can come up with and that Samuel's interested in, whatever, and how long we can make it last. So I'm going to show you a little bit of what we have and what I have to work with, and maybe if you guys are interested, I can show you over time some of the stuff that we do. But I'm really, really excited, and there's something kind of relieving about not having to continually like look for curriculum and update things. Now, that doesn't mean there'll be absolutely nothing. Like, for example, when Samuel's done with his math book, he really loves math lessons for living life every day. I'm not remembering the name right now, but I'll put it below. But we'll get the next level of that. But like, for the most part, we're not going to need much of anything for a long, long time. One thing that we do use, we use ABC Mouse, which I was hesitant to do anything computer-based, but Samuel gets 3 tickets a week, and each ticket is 20 minutes of ABC Mouse, and I sit down with him while he does it, so it's an interactive time, and it's actually been really, really good for him. I've really enjoyed it, he's really enjoyed it, and I feel like it has been a huge positive for our homeschooling. So that has a lot in it right there. But I'm going to flip the camera around and show you a little bit of what we have. The room is a total disaster right now, so I'm sure y'all have been there. I'm not going to hide it. It's just, that's what it is right now. Part of why I want to get rid of junk. So I'm going to show you kind of what we have, and we're just going to use this and see what we can do with this, with library resources and things that we have on hand. So that is my challenge, and I'm going to show you what we have. Like I said, if you're interested in seeing what I do with it, let me know. Okay, so this is our shelf with current stuff. We do have some craft stuff up there. Some of that's mine, some of that's the kids. But we have science in the beginning in here. We have Mystery of History. We have Mequon stuff, math labs. We have our missionary things. This will last several weeks, and I'm so excited because the CD's been back ordered, so we haven't been able to start those, but it's coming. We have Tinker Lab. We have swimming lessons. This is all activities and things on pyramids in Egypt, and magic school bus stuff, and our felts, and this is the book for the stuff. So we've got all of that there. And then here, this is a kit we've done, and this is a kit we've done. We haven't done the drum kit yet, and we haven't done the animal tracks kit yet. So those things could take quite a while by themselves. We have our All About Reading stuff, which Samuel isn't quite ready for, but wildlife gardening. We can certainly get more out of this book than we have already. Another gardening book. These are all kind of gardening things. This is birdology with bird stuff. We have all of these chapter books, which these my husband's reading to Samuel, and we're almost through them. These we've read a lot, and we'll keep reading. We've read almost all of these books, but a lot of them we could reread very easily. Some of them Samuel's not quite old enough for yet. And then we have We also have a history one of these Usborne encyclopedias, and these are like super awesome because you can use these. These could last us for a long time, but you have your science topic, and then they have links with more information, and then you can use these to kind of spring off and even start whole unit studies from like one page if the kids are really interested, and use the library and all sorts of other stuff. And these are really old childcraft books from when I was a little girl. Samuel loves them, and again, they're kind of like encyclopedias. They can be a great springboard for things. We've got lots of these kinds of books up here. We have a historical atlas of the world, physics and biology and chemistry that are his age, and archaeology and world atlases. And then these are all just books about all sorts of things, which we probably need to get rid of some of these books, to be completely honest. It's just really, books are one of the hardest things for me to get rid of, especially, yeah, it's hard. But we have a good library, so I should especially look, and if there's books here that we don't read like all the time that the library has, there's really no reason for me to keep them. But books like these that are really hard to find, Samuel loves these books. They talk about modern medicine and medicine through the ages, and like this is ancient and medieval, and there's more in the series. Like those kinds of books we'll keep, but a lot of these we can get rid of. And then we have books here too, and then we have all these math manipulatives. All of this, those are math manipulatives, and these are math manipulatives, and I feel like we don't need so many. We have a US puzzle, a magnetic puzzle thing, and these are all field guides and a rock kit, and all of these Usborne beginner books on topics from planes to astronomy to wolves and eggs and chicks and everything in between. And these are, the kids never ever play with these, like seriously. Well, they might pull them out every once in a while, but they hardly ever play with these. I don't know, maybe I should keep them, maybe I shouldn't, I don't know. And then we have just different puzzles and things, and we have an abacus or however, I think it's an abacus. And then we have our painting stuff here and stamping stuff here and more arts and craft stuff there and there. I'm not even going to show you their super messy art table because, yeah, I haven't cleaned it up in a few days and they trash it pretty quickly. So that's what we have for homeschooling, and I feel like there's so much stuff, like we could get years of learning out of just what we have. So I really want to pare down, and I want to see the most we can get out of what we have, and I'm really excited, and I feel like this is one of the first steps in simplifying and not spending money, not having so much stuff, not depending on so much stuff. And anyway, yeah, I'm excited. I'd love to hear you guys' feedback and see what you think about all this. But anyway, I'm gonna go hop in the shower now, and I hope that you guys have a great day. Talk to you later.